She sat on her bathroom floor, birthday candles burning in the other room, but no one came. Nobody called. Nobody cared. And the worst part, she told no one how much it hurt. You know what loneliness looks like? It looks like her. Smiling in public, shattering in private. Holding it all together with a whisper and a prayer, because she thinks needing people makes her weak. She isn't. She's not weak. She's just exhausted from pretending. And maybe that woman is you. Maybe you've been through too much. Maybe the world taught you to toughen up, smile politely, and never ever show the cracks. So now you sit in silence, scrolling through a feed of friendships you don't feel part of, wondering what's wrong with you. But let me tell you something that no one ever told you. Nothing is wrong with you. You're not broken. You're not unlovable. You're not hard to be around. You're just a woman who has carried too many invisible bruises. A woman who had to grow up before she was ready. Who learned too early that being quiet kept you safe. That not needing anyone meant no one could leave. But there's a cost to that armor, isn't there? It's heavy. It cuts off the oxygen to your soul. And it makes even a crowded room feel empty. You tell yourself you're just independent. That you're too busy for friendships. That you prefer being alone. But late at night, when the world quiets down, your truth gets louder. The ache rises. The longing bubbles up. And you realize you're tired of being the strong one all the time. You want someone to check in on you for once. To ask how you are. And actually wait for the answer. To not need you to be fine every damn day. You know what's brutal about being a woman with no friends? You still celebrate everybody else. You cheer for your coworker's promotion. You comment hearts on your cousin's engagement. You bring gifts to baby showers and smiles to reunions. You are everywhere for everyone, but somehow no one shows up for you. You disappear for days, and no one notices. You lower your standards, hoping someone will stay. You shrink your voice so others don't feel threatened. You accept crumbs just to feel some form of connection. But let me ask you something raw and real. When was the last time you felt seen? Not just looked at, really deeply seen. Because underneath all your strength, all your independence, all your competence, is a woman with stories, with wounds, with victories that deserve to be witnessed, with tears that should fall into someone's hands. Not just your pillow, but you learned somewhere along the way that people leave. That getting close ends in pain. That trusting leads to betrayal. And so you built a fortress. And you called it peace. But it's not peace, it's isolation disguised as safety. Here's the thing nobody talks about. So many women, millions, feel exactly like you. Alone in their heads, alone in their hearts. Smiling for the world, screaming inside. And we keep this secret like it's shameful. As if not having friends means you're defective. When in reality, it means you've been hurt. It means you've been let down too many times. It means you've chosen solitude over begging. And that choice, that shows courage. But now, it's time to choose something else. Now it's time to come back. Come back to the parts of yourself you abandoned to survive. Come back to the moments you needed someone and became that someone for yourself. Come back to softness, to connection, to community. I'm not going to sit here and tell you, just be more social, or join a book club, because this isn't about being social. This is about being real. Friendship doesn't start with brunch or coffee or selfies. It starts with truth, with telling someone, hey, I'm struggling, with saying, I miss having someone to talk to. And yeah, it's terrifying. Vulnerability always is. But being known is worth the risk. You don't have to wear the mask every day. You don't have to carry it all alone. You don't have to be so damn strong that nobody thinks you need anything. Let people in. Not all at once. Not recklessly. But little by little, crack by crack, show the world who you are. You are not too intense. You are not too quiet. You are not too emotional. You are not too much. You are exactly enough. And there are people out there, right now, who are aching to meet someone just like you. But they won't find you until you stop hiding. Until you stop pretending that being alone is your destiny. It's not. It's just your chapter. And chapters change. So maybe today you take the first small step. Send a message to someone. Join a space that feels safe. Say yes when someone invites you, even if your instinct is to say no. You don't have to go from lonely to surrounded. You just have to go from silent to honest. Say, I could really use a friend. And then see what happens. You are not weak for needing people. You are human. And if no one has told you this lately, let me be the first. You are worth knowing. You are worth loving. You are worth staying for. You don't need 100 friends. You don't need a social circle that looks perfect on Instagram. You need just one person who sees you, hears you, loves you as you are. That kind of connection can change your life, but it starts with you. So if you're still here, watching, listening, this message was meant for you. Not the polished you, not the filtered you, the real you. The woman who's been strong for too long. The woman who shows up for others, but not herself. The woman who deserves to feel connected again. This is your sign. This is your turning point. You don't have to be the woman with no friends anymore. You're allowed to want more. You're allowed to receive more. You're allowed to be loved. Now take a breath, and if this spoke to you, share it. Not just for views, not just for numbers, but because someone else out there needs it too. Someone else is hurting, hiding, and hanging on. Be that light for them. And if you want to hear more messages that tell the truth, the hard, beautiful, human truth, subscribe. This is a space where you don't have to fake it. You just have to feel it. You're not alone anymore. Not here. Not ever again. She sat alone on the edge of her bed with the lights off, phone silent, notifications dry, heart heavy. And for the 100th time that month, she asked herself quietly, is it me? Because how does a woman like her end up with no one? No text from a friend checking in, no missed calls, no invites, no warmth. Just the cold hum of the ceiling fan and the sound of her own thoughts getting louder. And here's the truth that she would never say out loud. She feels invisible, like she could vanish from this world, and no one would even notice until maybe someone needed something from her. And what hurts even more is that she's not bitter. She doesn't hate the world. She's not angry. She's just tired. Tired of always being the one who remembers birthdays, checks in first, holds space for everyone else while her own space is hollow. She's always been the reliable one, the listener, the fixer, the strong one. The woman who shows up when everyone else disappears. But lately, she started to wonder who shows up for her. When she breaks down in the shower, when she cancels plans just to cry in bed, when she puts on a brave face at work after sleeping 4 hours. Who is there then? And the answer is always the same: no one. And that's the part that stings, not because she feels entitled to attention, but because deep down, she still believes in connection. She still believes in people. She just doesn't know how to find her place anymore. She's tried. She's smiled at strangers. She's joined group chats, volunteered, even forced herself to say yes to coffee invites she didn't want, just to feel something, some sense of belonging. And still, she walks home wondering if maybe it's just easier to be alone. But is it really? Or has the world just made her believe that loneliness is safer than vulnerability? Because she's been hurt before. Oh, she's been hurt so deeply. She opened up once. She shared her secrets, her trauma, her dreams, her love. And she was met with silence, betrayal, or worse, pity. And that kind of pain, it makes a woman hard, not by choice, but by necessity. So she built walls, strong ones, beautiful ones. She told herself, I'm fine. I don't need anyone. And for a while, she believed it. She became successful. She looked like she had it all together. But no one saw the nights she spent clutching her own hand just to feel some version of human touch. No one saw the way she lowered her expectations again and again just to avoid disappointment. And no one saw how every time someone said, you're so strong, she secretly wished someone would say, you don't have to be. But she never says any of this out loud. Because who would listen? Who would understand that being a woman with no friends doesn't always look like sadness? Sometimes it looks like overachievement, overgiving, overstaying in places you've outgrown just to feel needed. She's not cold. She's not rude. She's not antisocial. She's just guarded. She's learned that sometimes being alone is less painful than feeling lonely around people who don't get you. So she keeps quiet. She posts once in a while. She smiles in meetings. She waves to neighbors. And still no one truly sees her. And that invisibility, it doesn't scream, it whispers. It whispers in the moments when she pours her heart out online and no one responds. It whispers when she sees two women laughing at brunch and wonders why that never lasted for her. It whispers when she opens her messages and sees nothing but promo emails and unread newsletters. But tonight, something shifts. Because tonight, she's not just surviving. She's sitting in her loneliness and naming it. Not numbing it. Not denying it. Naming it. And that takes courage. Because once you name it, you have to face it. And once you face it, you have to decide, do I keep waiting to be chosen? Or do I choose myself? Because this world can be loud and cruel and full of false smiles, but it can also be kind, if you know where to look. The truth is, there are women just like her everywhere. Women who crave deep conversation but get stuck in small talk. Women who show up for others but go home to silence. Women who have so much love to give but no one who sees it. They exist, and they're looking too. But someone has to go first. Someone has to say, hey, I don't want to do this life thing alone anymore. Someone has to get honest and real and messy and brave. And maybe that someone is her. Maybe that's what strength looks like now. Not pretending she's fine, but saying, I'm not okay, and I'm ready for something different. So she writes that message. She reaches out. She joins that support group. She replies to that comment. Not because she's weak, but because she's done waiting for someone to rescue her. She's rescuing herself. And slowly, the fog starts to lift. One connection at a time. One awkward conversation at a time. One, me too, at a time. And she realizes she was never broken. She just learned how to survive in a world that doesn't always make room for soft hearts. But now she's making space. For herself. For others. For real connection. Because if there's one thing she knows for sure, it's this: we are not meant to do this life alone. We are not meant to be our own everything. And needing others? That's not weakness. That's human. So if you've made it to this point, if you felt seen in these words, maybe this is your moment too. To stop hiding. To stop pretending. To stop making yourself small just to fit in. You don't need to have 100 friends. You don't need to be the life of the party. You just need one real connection. One person who sees you, who hears you, who stays. And that begins with you being brave enough to show up as you are. Not perfect, not polished, just real. So if this message made you feel something, if you've ever sat on the edge of your bed wondering if anyone sees you, let me tell you I do. And there are others who will, too. But you have to let yourself be found. Share this. Not for the algorithm. For the woman who needs it as much as you did. And subscribe. Not just to this channel, but to this idea that you deserve connection. You deserve love. You deserve to be known. You deserve to stop surviving and start living. You are not alone anymore. You're home. Right here.